Hey, my Super Scorpio, and welcome to your general energy reading for the weekend and next week. This is just a general reading, so please do take what resonates and toss the rest. Also, if you like this, please do like, subscribe, share, all that great stuff. I would appreciate it. It helps me grow my channel and it helps to get to the other Scorpios. So we are going to do a general energy reading, so no reversals. We will use this deck for your energy, another tarot deck for your challenge card, and 3 oracle decks to help you get a full picture in case you were wondering. Also, if you haven't checked out your moon reading, please do so. Let me know if you like that style. I did enjoy doing them, so if you do, I will certainly do them again. But let's go ahead and get started without further ado, shall we? Alrighty. So, all right, let's see what we've got for our amazing Scorpios here. All right, so we are starting with the Death card, and in tarot, fortunately, is the only place that the Death card is a good card, or not necessarily a bad card at least. So the Death card is telling me that, you need to cut something, okay? So if you are in a job that you feel is just a dead-end job and it's just beating you to an absolute pulp, you're working yourself into submission, cut it out, just stop. Life is too short, okay? Look for something else, find something else. Your health could depend on it, literally. Do you want to stroke out at your desk one day because you're having a horrible, horrible job experience and every day you're stressed out to no end? No. Okay. If this is a relationship and you are in a relationship that is not fulfilling to you, okay, I don't care whether it's the worst relationship in the world and it's like with a narcissist who is controlling and hateful and mean and horrid, or it's just a relationship that the person is fine, they're a fine person, they're just not for you and you know it. Either way, it needs to stop. Don't waste your time. Time is precious. Do not waste your time. Do not waste their time. Do not continue to drag things out that are going nowhere, okay? Just stop. This Death card tells me that something in your life has to end. Stop. And the reason it has to end is usually because something better is coming, okay? The universe is telling you, cut it out so you can get to something better. It needs to end. It's like a tower moment for you, but even more so. Because it's not like a, kind of bring it down to rebuild it a little bit. It's like just cut them off. 86 at 100, okay? All right, so going forward, I see here we have the 9 of Wands, which tells me that whatever it is, again, if it's your work, if it's your relationship, it's a burden. This is a burden to you. You are not enjoying it, so why are you continuing with it? Don't, okay? You have one life to live, one life, okay? If this is a burden to you, even if it's a burden that doesn't feel like a burden, okay? Again, like this is a person you're in a situationship with, whatever. And they're a kind person. You really like them as a friend. You don't want to hurt their feelings, that kind of thing. That's fine. But if you don't see long-term with this person, then you know what? The burden may be that you don't want to break up with them because you feel bad about it. But ultimately, what you should feel bad about is wasting both of your time because you're not doing them any service either. If you have no desire to have a long-term relationship with them, you're leading them on potentially. And that's not good for them either. So again, even if it doesn't seem like a burden, it can be a burden, okay? But again, if it's somebody who's horrible to you, it's a no-brainer, right? Cut it. If it's somebody who is a job, a work partner, somebody you're dealing with like that, just they're treating you like crap, or they're not recognizing your talent, or they're not giving you any appreciation, or they're overworking you and underpaying you, stop. There are a million people out there that would enjoy your talents, would love to pay you and not overwork you, that would love to appreciate what you do more than the people who are treating you like crap, if that's what's happening. So keep that in mind. You need to be able to put that burden down. The only way you can do that is to cut ties with the situation, the Death card, okay? So here we have the King of Cups card, okay? And to me, I feel like with this card, this could be some of y'all's energy, okay? That is coming through once you are able to put your burden down and cut everything. However, for most of you, I feel like this is somebody that is going to come in, if they haven't already, into your life, and they are an authority type figure, and they are somebody that you would look to as, okay, that is a strong, that is a stable, that is a, you would look up to them. You would see them as a dominant type figure, a mature figure. We're not talking like Page of Cups, immaturity or young type energy. We're talking like, this is the kind of person you would be like, okay, that's like goals, relationship goals. Okay. And I see this person coming in, and I do feel like for many of you that once you have cut this burden, whether it's a work burden, whether it's a relationship burden, it is going to open you up. Once you've released, you will be able to receive, okay? It's going to open you up here to be able to meet this person. This could be a person at a new job. This could be somebody who is a dominant position at a new job, not necessarily your supervisor, but a supervisor or, higher up maybe, or somebody of, influence at that job. It could be somebody that you meet, just by breaking up with this person. They've been, maybe this is somebody you already know, and they're like, gosh, I've been waiting for this person to be single forever so I could ask them out. You have no idea. But now that you are available, now that you are open, this is allowing this person to come into your life. And this is a good, strong King of Cups energy. So I feel like for most of you, this is going to be really good. I think you're going to really like this. Okay. So I do feel like that's positive stuff. But let's see what your challenge card is going to be. And I think they're going to help you put that burden down, even if there's residual burden, which there could be, because anytime you have a breakup for a long-term relationship, a breakup with somebody that you feel like you've hurt their feelings, if you do feel like they're a nice person, or, you have to leave a job, whatever, it can have some burdens, residual burdens with it. But I think they're going to help you get through that. I think that's what, they're going to be very good about that. But let's see what your challenge card is here. So we have the Two of Pentacles. So I feel like with this, that is like a balancing and a choices card, financially speaking, for the most part, with it being Pentacles. So I think here with the burden, this is telling me that you have to make a decision. Okay. So when you're ending something, we know you're going to have to make a decision. You have to make a decision about what to do. If you're ending a job, you have to think about what to do about a new job. You may have to choose between two jobs. That's possibly what this is. You have to choose between two jobs. It may be something where, you have to start out because you're starting over. You may have to start out with one job and moonlighting another to make the same amount of money at first, but you know that in the long run, it's going to be a job where you can make much more and be more appreciated. So you're willing to do that and balance and juggle the two. But it will be a little bit difficult at first for you to do that. Okay, so this could be a challenge in that regard. But it also could be, that you are having to balance finances because you're leaving a relationship, and you may have been in this relationship for a long time. So, with today's lifestyle, today's market, today's expenses and inflation, we all know that if you have lived as a cohabitating couple, especially for a long time, and you've got joint bank accounts and you've lived together with shared bills and this and that, and you split, all of a sudden you are juggling a whole lot of new finances, and that can be very strenuous. Okay, so that can be a challenge for anybody. Okay, but do not let that change. Okay, and that's on your burden card. So that might be part of the burden with you breaking up with somebody, is that you're like, I can't break up with them even though it's awful and it's terrible and it sucks. And if they're a narcissist, they're going to use that. They're absolutely using that against you. They're going, you couldn't financially make it without me. You have to stay. What are you going to do? How are you gonna pay the bills? You know, that's what they love to do. But do not let them have that control, no matter what. Do not let them have that control, because you will make it, okay? There's a King of Cups in your future that's certainly better and better for you and better to you, that can help you make it. But, you know, but it may take some creative finances for a short time, okay? I'm not saying it won't, because anytime you are splitting things, you're splitting your private items, you know, and you're gonna have to buy a new couch, you're gonna have to buy a new TV, whatever it may be. You're gonna have to separate a bank account, you're gonna have to, you know, separate, now you're gonna have to get your own place or pay your own bills or whatever. Yes, there is going to be repercussions financially, absolutely, no question. I'm not arguing that, but it will be worth it. Trust me when I tell you. I say this from experience. It will be worth it. You know, it will be worth it in the end. You know, a short bit of discomfort financially, even if, like I said, even if it's the job situation where, you know, you might have to hold down 2 jobs until you get your first raise, or out of training, get your first, you know, out of the training phase and into the actual pay, you know, 90 days of probation, and then you get a pay bump or whatever it is. Until you get that or whatever, you might have to bump, you know, balance 2 little, you know, side hustle job or whatever. You know, even if that's what you have to do, whatever it is that you've got going on there financially, that's your challenge. You know, it'll be worth it to deal with some short-term issues, to have some peace and happiness in the long term, okay? So the ends will justify the means, okay? So how about this death card? Let's get some, okay, so base chakra. And this base chakra is, again, this is your earthly, tangible type of needs, wants. So these are the things that you can have on earth. And again, I do think this is part of the reason that maybe you've had such trouble making this disconnect, okay? Because you feel like, if I quit my job, you know, how am I going to have enough money? How am I going to be able to afford all of these base needs, these base necessities? Housing, grocery, car, food. That's what kind of things the base chakra is dealing with, okay? Same thing with if you are trying to break up with somebody and they're a person who, you know, pays the majority of the bills. You live with them, they help you pay bills. Or, you know, even if you don't live with them and they still help you pay bills because you've been together for a while. Or, you know, they buy you food a lot, you know, or take you out or whatever, and you're thinking, man, that's going to take some cash out of my repertoire here. What am I going to do for some of those things I need, things that I usually have them help pay for? You know, again, what I would say is the universe knows what's best, and you know that in the short term it may be a little tight, okay? You may have to give up some extras for a little bit, but in the long term it will so be worth it, okay? You got King of Cups energy down here, and this person, in the end, they are a more generous person. They are a more mature person. They're not the kind of person who's going to hold funds over you. They're not going to try to leverage you over that. They're going to be more giving, kind, loving, that kind of person anyway. And it's highly possible that they'll make more money anyway, because they are a stable, kingly type figure. That's possible. And be generous with them, because they're just a general kinder person possibly than who you're with. That's possible. So let's see what we've got here as your information on your 9 of Wands and your 2 of Pentacles. So here we have your burden is, you know, you've got burdens that you're stressed, you know, about, you're struggling with. And, you know, then you've got challenges, financial, again, and I think that's clearly tying into this base chakra issue up here, that you're worried about how you're going to pay bills if you make changes. But let's see what we've got here. Attraction. So, you know, again, I feel like this is something where you need to decide what you're attracted to. And by attracted, I don't necessarily mean physical attraction with a specific significant other type thing. I think what I mean is you need to decide what you're attracted to as far as what makes you happy, okay? Whether it's in a job, because clearly you're not. You're in something that needs to be severed. So if it's the job that needs to be severed, it's because you're not happy there. And you need to determine what kind of job you're attracted to. That's what you want, because that's what's going to make you happy going forward, okay? You need to decide what kind of person you are ultimately attracted to, okay? Regardless of money, regardless of if you were going to be broke if you leave this person or this job or whatever tomorrow. If they say, okay, you can leave them tomorrow, but you're going to have to spend the next 3 months on the street, okay? But then you might have the job that you're attracted to of your dreams and the person of your dreams. You know, would you do that? That's kind of the, you know, if they gave you that kind of scenario, a genie in a lamp, let's say, you know, whatever, you would have to decide, well, okay, what is the person and the job of my dreams? That's what you need to think about, okay? Because that's what you're going to want to look for, is as close to that as you can get. Get what you're attracted to. Get what you know you want in the long run, because whatever it is, you don't have it now, or you wouldn't need to sever ties. You wouldn't have burdens. You wouldn't be feeling that way at all, okay? You just wouldn't be feeling that way if you were completely thrilled and happy. You're not. So find out what it is that you need and want. What does appeal to you? That's what you're going to need to go after. And if it requires you to, because that's what's going to help you put your burden down. Because that's going to be, it's not going to be a burden if it's something you enjoy, you love, you're attracted to it, you're happy with it, okay? So that's going to help you put your burden down. Now, this will still be your challenge, you know, there's still probably going to be a financial challenge to it. If it's leaving a job, if it's leaving a person, there could be a financial challenge to it, or at least a financial juggling while you're making a transition, okay? We know that, but that's just part of it, okay? But it could be very, very short term, to get to a very long-term happiness. So, you know, keep that in mind. And let's see what we've got down here with the King of Cups. This is your, whoops, final advice card here for, wow, I just totally screwed up that shuffling, didn't I? But let's see what we've got here for your King of Cups energy here, and see what we've got as your final advice on that card. And that should tell us some information here about how that might end up for you. So let's see what we got. And here we have, what is has no bearing on what will be. What does your ideal life look and feel like? And I think that is exactly what we just discussed and said exactly verbatim. You know, if somebody gave you a genie in a lamp, said, you know, what exactly would you want for your dream job, your dream spouse, significant other, whatever, what would it look like? Because what you have now has no bearing on what will be, right? Because what you need to do is you need to cut that off. You need to just 86 it, 100%. Cold turkey, cut it off. Drop those burdens. If you have to do some creative financing and balancing some things for a little short term, it's worth it. Trust me, okay? Because what you have now is nothing compared to how great what you will have, what will be, is. This is what your ideal will look like, okay? And that's your King of Cups. So you can have it all, okay? You can have, like, literally what you want, the perfect job, the perfect significant other, whatever it is you're looking for, you can have it. To me, I feel like this may be a perfect significant other at the perfect new job. Very possible. You can have anything you want, but first you have to release to receive. As long as you're still tied to this terrible relationship or this terrible job, whichever resonates with you, maybe both, you cannot move forward. You cannot open yourself up to a new job that's better. You cannot open yourself up to a new relationship that's better fully. You can't do that. So, you know, again, cut it off. If you got to dump a chump, dump a chump. If you got to, you know, drop a job, okay? Do what you got to do to get to where you want to be, all right? So I hope this helped. If it did, please do let me know, like, subscribe, share, all that great stuff. Otherwise, I will see you back later. And do check out your moon reading. Let me know if you like those, because I did enjoy doing those. And if you do like watching them, I will do them again. If you hate them, I won't. But I hope to see you back later. Bye.